everyone, it's Anne from Anneliese's Creations. I'm here to do the scrap Rolodex card a week, and I'm going to get started. And yeah, so I hope that you enjoy this. I've come up with a Thanksgiving theme, I think. But I wanted to show you where I get a lot of my images from. We have a like a food shop. It's a smaller version of a grocery store, and they cut out the middleman. A lot of the big grocery chains go to other companies as their middleman for their products, and Trader Joe's doesn't do that. They go directly to the growers, to the manufacturers of their products, and a lot of times they'll make agreements with the companies to put their name on a lot of their products. So anyhow, so this is where I get a lot of my images. There are a lot of vintage images in this, and I really love it. It's a lot of fun because some of the comments here, like, watch the time, you're bound to turn into a pumpkin. I should be so lucky. Do they have pumpkin horse treats? So a lot of stuff is themed along that month, okay? So the Fearless Flyer comes out once a month, and of all their things that are on special and stuff, and it's very kind of old-fashioned feel. Their theme of everything. So I really enjoy it. I love it. So I'm going to use one of the images in here. So I already have something in here marked for another time, I think. And I'm going to go and look for, there was one image I want to cut out of this. Here it is, the pumpkins. So I'm going to cut out these pumpkins. Whoops, you know what? I should have zoomed out for this. Sorry, guys. Here we go. So is that better? Sorry. Sometimes it helps to look up, doesn't it? So I'm going to use these pumpkins right here on my card today. So I like getting some bits and bobs from leftover projects to do this, as well as, you know, cutting out some new things. So now I'm going to zoom back in for you guys. Sorry. There we go. So I'm going to fussy cut this out. So, are you cooking for Thanksgiving? If those of you that are in the United States, are you doing all the cooking, or are you going to a family's house? Are you spending time with your family? Are you going to friends' houses? Sometimes we don't have big families, and we end up spending Thanksgiving with other people, with friends, or distant relatives. So we're having Thanksgiving at our house, but my husband's doing all the cooking this year, so I'm kind of excited about that. I get a little break out of the kitchen. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start with this. I think I want to glue this down as my part of the background. It's a leftover piece that I made out of jelly printing paper, and I glued it to a piece of watercolor paper, I believe it was, and then I punched out some punches, like an edge punch. It didn't do the greatest job, but I think I kept it because I thought, oh well, I'll use this for a rainy day. So today's that rainy day. Really, it's not raining today though. So I'm going to glue it on. Okay, I'm going to cut this piece off here, but I already had cut out this Rolodex card using that die cut I was telling you about in previous videos, and so I'm going to cut that kind of to the shape of it, and then I got to cut out the holes here. Clothespins to hold it flat a little bit while it's drying, so that it adheres a little better. I'm just going to put it on, kind of work on the surface while this is kind of, I'm trying to get it to dry a little flat here. Okay. Then I'm going to glue this flower down right about here, but I'm going to have to move this one off here. safety trimmed a little too. I kind of like that there, but I'm going to do something first. All right, so I went and printed out the rest of Happy Thanksgiving, Hanksgiving. And I had already cut out an H and a T from a brochure that I got in the mail. And so I cut those out, and then I printed out the rest of the word to spell out Happy Thanksgiving. So that's what you see me gluing on. Unfortunately, when I turned my camera back on, I forgot to turn on my external mic. I have an external mic that I use that connects to my video camera. And unfortunately, I had it plugged in, but I didn't turn it on, so I had no sound, no audio. So I apologize for that. I have to start leaving sticky notes in places to remind me of things, and that's one of those things. Turn the mic on. Don't forget to hit the record button on the camera. All that's jazz, huh? So anyways, enjoy the rest of my process as I finish this up. For those of you that know me, you know I like my bling. So I have these lovely glittery autumn leaves with some gems on them to finish up this card. And this card, I'm wishing you all a happy Thanksgiving for those of you that celebrate it here in the United States. And I shall see you next time. If you like what you see, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And I shall see you next time. Happy Thanksgiving. Goodbye. Toodles. Don't eat too much stuffing.